My name is Ondrej, and in this video I'm gonna teach you how to build AI agents, even if you're a complete beginner. The popularity of AI agents is absolutely exploding. It's clear that 2025 will be the year of AI agents. But just like with internet and Bitcoin, most people are going to miss out. So don't be one of them, watch until the end and start building AI agents. Real quick, I'm hiring a developer to help me build Vectel. So if you have full stack experience and want to join the team, the link is going to be below the video. Alright, so to get started with N8N, you have to go to n8n.io and click on Get Started for free. So once you log in, you'll see the dashboard. So just click on Open. And in here, you'll see all of your workflows. So as you can see, I have one workflow here, but I'm going to click on Create New Workflow. Now you can do this even if you're never coded before, because N8N is a no-code tool, so you don't have to be a programmer at all. Seriously, anyone can do this. Okay, so the first step is choosing the trigger. This is perhaps the most important part of the automation because it determines what starts the automation. Now, when you click on this, you can see multiple different triggers we have. So it could be a manual trigger, on-app event, on a schedule, for example, every day, every hour, on a webhook call. There is like so many things. Think of N8N as Make.com on steroids. In fact, here's how N8N growth compares to Make.com. As you can see, it's growing exponentially. And in the past week, it has been searched up 3 times more than Make.com. So now that you know how to set up N8N, let's start by creating a Telegram trigger, because I think that's one of the most popular triggers. And again, you can choose anything else, right? Like you can choose WhatsApp, you can choose Google Sheets, you can choose Slack message. Any automation you want to make, you can make it with N8N. Let's just choose Telegram, and we're going to do on message. Don't get overwhelmed by this UI. Once you understand, it's actually very simple. So on the left, it's what's coming in. Middle is setting up this current block. And on the right, we see what the data looks like after this block runs. So we need to connect our Telegram account. So if you've never done this, click on Create New Credential. And in here, we need the access token, right? Once you have your Telegram account created, the thing we have to do is chat with the bot father, right? So click on this and click on Open Telegram. But the bot father is basically a way to interact and manage bots, right? So let's just follow the official tutorial from the N8N docs. Let's type in a new bot /new bot. Boom. All right, a new bot. How are you going to call it? So I'm going to call it Google AI Agent. And you'll see why in a bit. Good. Now choose a username for this. So I'm going to name it New Society Google Bot. Boom, there it is. And now we have this link. If we click on that and click on Start, we can chat with this new bot. But what we actually need is the access token right here. So copy that. Do not share this to anybody. Obviously, this is private. I'm going to change it before uploading the video. Once you copy this, let's go back into N8N and paste it in right here. Click on Save. And now let's wait 1 second. We should see a pop-up. Connection tested successfully. Beautiful. We can go back. And by the way, anytime you do this, I recommend you click on Save. That way you don't lose your progress. So now we have the Telegram trigger. And we can test it out, right? Let's go test step. It's listening for a test event. So if we switch back to Telegram, and I'm going to say, hello world. Boom, there it is. So it correctly found our message, and you can see our text right here, hello world. So we have the trigger working. We can see that if we send a message to Telegram, N8N successfully recognizes that. So what is the next step? Well, actually, it is to set up a switch. That way we can use both text messages and voice messages. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to do switch. And then in here, we have to set up the values. So here we're going to have 2 different routes, one for text and one for voice. So I want to make sure our AI agent works with both. So first we're doing the text. I'm going to rename it to text. And we need to make sure that this value right here exists. So we need to do string and exists. If this exists, it's a text. And now I'm going to test the trigger again, but with a voice message so we can properly wire that up. So click on delete. This deletes the test. And now when we click on test workflow, it's waiting for us to create a test event in Telegram. So let's switch to Telegram. And I'm going to say, this is a test message 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, there it is. So now let's go into switch. And as you can see, this is different. We have the audio and we have the file ID. So let's create another route. This one is going to be named to voice. And we just need to make sure that the file ID equals to string exists. So if this exists, we know we have a voice message. If this exists, we know we have a text message. They cannot exist at the same time. So now our switch is currently outputting 2 different scenarios, a text scenario and a voice scenario. So in case of a text output, we actually want to use edit fields. And to set this up, I'm gonna do a text output again. Okay, so let's do another test. Click on test workflow. I'm gonna send hello there. And now we can actually work with this. So the reason why you wanna test it each time is that you want to drag and drop stuff. You can copy paste the code from my video, but that's a very bad strategy. What's much better is if you wire it by dragging the actual field itself, because then you have it guaranteed to work. Okay, so we need to add a field. For the name, I'm just going to do text. And for the value, I'm going to drag in the text right here. Boom. That's good. Now, what if it's a voice, right? Well, we have to process it a bit. So if it's a voice, click on plus, click on Telegram, and we actually need to find the voice file. So click on get file, and in here, file get, and we need to get the file ID. Now again, as you can see, we have no data right here because we currently tested a text message, not a voice message. So let's delete our testing. By the way, when you click this delete, it just deletes the current, data in the test. It doesn't delete anything about the setup. So don't be afraid to do that. So let me delete this test. And now let's rerun it, but with a voice message again. Okay, so it doesn't let me run it with this field empty. So I'm just gonna put test in there. I don't know if that's enough. Seems to be enough. That's annoying. Anyways, let's test the voice message again. This is a test voice message. Hello world, David here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And now, okay, so if we double click it, as you can see, now we see the data because it's no longer a text output, it's a voice output. So every time make sure you actually run the test so you work with the data. So anyways, we need the file ID in here. So let's delete this. Obviously, that's incorrect. Okay, so that's my bad. Make sure to connect the file ID, not just the ID. You have to drag in the file ID, okay? Beautiful. So let's try it again. Like actually rerun this. Boom. And now it executed successfully. But when we find the file ID, we have to do something with the file. That's where OpenAI comes into place. So click on OpenAI and then click on transcribe a recording. First, we need to connect an OpenAI account. So if you didn't do this before, click on create new credential, and all you need is an API key. Now, if you've never worked with API keys, stop panicking. It's actually super simple. All you need to do is go to platform.openai.com, and on the left, click on API keys. In here, you can actually log in with the same account you use in ChatGPT. So this takes 20 seconds. Once you're in here, click on create new secret key. I'm gonna name it NA10 transcribe, create secret key. Again, do not share these with anybody. I will revoke my key before uploading this video. Treat them as passwords. Okay, so once you copy this, go back into here, paste it in here, click on save and wait 1 second for connection tested successfully. Beautiful. I don't think you actually need to do any changes in here. Anyways, let's test it out. Click on test step, executing node, boom. So this is the text. Thanks so much for listening, my friends. I'll see you. That's not what I said. Okay, maybe actually my setup was wrong in Telegram and it was using a wrong mic. Now it's using my proper mic. So let me try again. As you can see, the audio waveform was silent, so it didn't pick up the audio, so that's my bad. Let's click on OpenAI. Okay, David here, test, test, test. Beautiful. So now it's correctly transcribing because the audio is correct. Okay, so that's why you need to test at every step. Otherwise, you just can run into issues that later on will be much harder to debug. Okay, so we're successfully handling both text and voice. Now we're ready for the main part of NAN, connecting the AI agent. So let's click on plus in here, do AI agent. Boom. So this is by far the main module. And we actually want to connect both into the input. Okay, let's go back to Vectel. So we did set up the switch. Okay, one more thing. If you want this whole automation and you want to just copy paste it, you're like, oh my God, David, this is too complex. I don't have time to set this up. All of that will be in the new society. So inside of the new society, if you click on Classroom and then templates and presets, you can get all of my automations, AI agents, code, prompts, and everything else that I've made in previous videos and also exclusively for new society. So specifically in pre-built automations, you can find this one, NA10 Google AI Agent. So you can literally just download this and paste it into your NA10 and you don't have to spend an hour building it. So if you want access to all of my automations, as well as tons of exclusive content, make sure to join the new society. It's going to be linked below. Okay, so next step is adding our AI agent. And this is the best part about NA10. This is what makes it better than Zapier and Make.com. This AI agent is very powerful, and it's unfortunate because you can only appreciate it after you build your own AI startup, like I did with Vectel, and after you try giving an LLM different tools, memory, and stuff like that. Luckily, NA10 makes this super easy compared to what it's like when you actually build it with code. So here's what we have. So we can use Azure OpenAI if you want OpenAI models with privacy. Anthropic, Mistral, Grok if you want super fast responses, Ollama if you want open source models, OpenAI obviously, and Google Gemini models. I'm gonna use Anthropic because right now Sonnet, the new Sonnet is my favorite model, but be careful because by default, this is the old Sonnet. The new Sonnet is 1022. So make sure to select the new Sonnet. Now we have to connect our Anthropic account. Mine is already connected, but if you don't have it connected, click on create new credential. And as always, we need to paste in an API key. So you need to go to console.anthropic.com. Again, I'm going to link it below. That way it's easier for you to access. Then click on settings at the top, and on the left, click on API keys. Now again, if you don't have an account, you can use the same account you have on Claude. If you don't have Claude, no comment. Anyways, you can create an account in like 30 seconds, super easy. So once you log in, once you go to settings and API keys, click on create key. Workspace, I'm going to do default, and I'm going to name NA10 AI agent. Add. And again, do not share this with anybody. I will delete my key before uploading this video. Okay, so the reason I say that is because always there's like a few people in the comments, oh my God, he showed his keys. Guys, I'm not an amateur. So once you paste this in and click on save, you'll see connection tested successfully. So now our AI agent is using the world's best AI model, at least currently. And when you click away, you can actually see it very nicely. You can see the chat model is using Anthropic chat model. And let's click on save. So now there's two more things we have to give it, right? Tools. This is what separates it from a simple chat bot, right? Where you're just chatting with the LLM. For an actual powerful AI agent, it's the tools. Tools and memory. But honestly, memory, that's an entire different video. How to create vector databases, how to like take thousands of words and hundreds of documents and put them into a vector database, and how to give them to your AI agents so that AI agents can have infinite memory. By the way, if you want me to make a video on that, you know, connecting AI agents to a vector database, comment below. Anyways, what really makes AI agents powerful is the tools, right? So let's actually first skip this and let's set up the output. And the reason for that is I want to see if our AI agent is working. So for the output, we're going to use Telegram as well. Again, you can use anything else. Like you can use WhatsApp, you can use Gmail, you can use Slack, whatever else you want. Do not be an NPC and, you know, do not blindly follow what I'm doing. Instead, actually adapt it to your use case, to whatever you need to automate. Take this and modify it. So I'm going to go with Telegram again. Telegram, and I'm going to say, actually, we need to do send a text message. Send a text message, okay? So make sure this is the same account you connected at the start. Message, send message, chat ID. And actually, before we set these two fields up, let's first run the AI agent. For that, we need to set in the system prompt. So underneath prompt source, we need to change that to define below. And let's drag in the OpenAI output in here, JSON.text, okay? Now underneath options, we can actually add a system message, which is the system prompt. So you are a helpful assistant. I'm gonna say, always respond in full caps. That's just for testing, right? So let's do test step. Okay, test step. It says it executed successfully, but it's not doing anything. Okay, so when stuff isn't working, sometimes it's best to delete the data and try again. So let's do test workflow. Which day is after Monday? Super simple question to test if this is working. So text, it's a text field, boom, beautiful. So now when I click on AI agent, we can see the output. Tuesday comes after Monday, blah, blah, blah. It's full caps, so it does see our system prompt, but the error is in the Telegram message, and that's because we didn't wire it up. So let's do it now. So for the text, we just need to drag in the output from the AI agent because we want the exact same text as the AI agent writes. And for the chat ID, we actually need to scroll down to the switch, find chat, and then the ID right here. Boom. And let's actually test this step. Boom. Let's go into Telegram. Do we see anything? Not yet. I'm going to run this again. Still didn't set anything. Okay, so let's delete it again. Test workflow. What is 4 plus 4? Right, let's see. Boom, there it is. So we got a first successful completion. Now, this is not done yet because we still need to connect the tools and actually make this powerful, right? So, okay, so now one thing I should probably explain, let's click on save first, is that we're in testing mode, meaning the workflow is inactive, right? If I were, like, once you're happy with it, we're going to trigger this on and it's going to be active always. But now, when you do a test, you need to delete it and do test workflow again. So that's why now I didn't get a response. And boom, June comes before July. So there it is. All right, so let's delete it again. Actually, we can keep it. But what we need to do is we need to add the tools for AI agent. So as you can see in Vectel, I have the steps. By the way, if you're someone who likes to be super productive, make sure to check out Vectel. This is a task management tool that actually saves you time. It has built-in AI agents that automatically sort your tasks and help you complete them. So for example, I can say, I've completed the AI agent task. And obviously it's a simple request, but let's say you have too many tasks, you want to move half of them to tomorrow, or you want to reorganize them. Like for example, today I want to focus on business only. It will decrease the priority of personal tasks, increase the priority of business tasks. It can do a lot more, so go to Vectel.ai and try it yourself. All right, so the next step is adding tools to our AI agent, and this is really what makes the agent powerful. So the reason I name it Google Agent is because I'm going to add some Google features, right? First and foremost being Gmail. So let's click on Tools and click on Gmail. Let's start by giving it access to the inbox, right? And giving it access to all the unread messages. So for the operation, we need to change it from send to get many. That way you can get multiple emails. Limit you can leave on 50. I mean, it's gonna increase your token costs if you have a lot of unread emails. So maybe consider changing that to like 20. It's up to you. Leave simplify on. And actually at the top, the first thing you need to do is connect your Gmail. So again, if you don't have it connected, click on create new credential and click on sign in with Google. Here, choose the email account you want to sign in with. Once it says account connected, we're good. So once you have the account connected, scroll all the way down and we need to set up the filters. So label names or IDs. In here, we need to select inbox. So scroll down and click on inbox. And the second thing is unread. So right now, it can get your unread emails. Now, if you don't want just unread emails, you can obviously set it up to anything else. That's entirely up to you. But for this use case, I'm going to have emails that come into the inbox, meaning it's not going to be some promotional material. And then only unread emails are going to show up. So that's good. Let's exit out of this. So now the chat agent has the tool and it should be able to use it. Now, in terms of the prompt, we actually have to specify that a bit more. So in here, I'm going to change the system prompt to actually something more custom. And by the way, if you want access to that, again, it's in the new society, in the templates and presets, underneath prompts and instructions right here. If you scroll down, you'll find the NA10 AI agent system prompt. So again, if you want access to all of my system prompts, make sure to join the new society. All right, so once I've pasted this in, I'm going to save again. And now it has knowledge of the Gmail tool. That's the main thing in the prompt. We give it knowledge of the tools it has and how to use them. So let's test out the execution. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to do Telegram. And actually, first we need to click on test workflow. And I'm going to do a text this time. It's good to alternate between voice message and text. I'm going to say, what is my latest unread email? Enter. And let's look at it. Okay, so we go into AI agent. Boom, it starts activating the tool, goes back into Anthropic model. Man, this is so beautiful to watch. And now we get a response. So actually, if we check this out, here's my email right now. From Google, no reply, security alert. Oh yeah, so it is this. Okay, I thought it would be this one, but I didn't realize we got a new email in the meantime. So yes, it correctly found this email. Okay, let's do one more test, but this with voice. So let's delete this. Let's start test workflow. Summarize all of my unread emails into a concise message. Okay, let's see. So we transcribe recording. Okay, boom, AI agent. Now it chose to do the tool. Now it goes back. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Guys, you have no idea how difficult this is to code if you want to do it in code. Setting this up in code will take you multiple hours. With NA10, it's like 5 minutes and you have the AI agent set up. It's so beautiful. I wish you guys, like, you can only appreciate how beautiful it is if you actually try building it with Anthropic API in Python. Man, anyways, we got the response and it summarized all 400 emails. So security alert, cognition AI, YouTube notification, and another security alert. And there it is. Actually, you know what? Let's mark this one as red to simplify it a bit. So now we should only have these 3, but as you can see, it accessed all of them. So that's one tool, okay? It can already do a lot more than ChatGPT, right? Like now, anytime I go into Telegram, whether it's on my phone or on the desktop app, I can just have it summarize my emails. But we're just getting started over here. The agent is about to get a lot more powerful. Okay, so one tool. We have the Gmail. Actually, we can probably rename this, no? I'm gonna say get many, rename. Okay. Now, the next tool I'm gonna give it is to send an email. So again, Gmail. And instead of, actually operation send. So in here, NA10 is actually telling us what to do. Use the expression from AI placeholder name for any data to be filled by the model. So let's copy that. And let's paste it everywhere what the AI model should fill out. So to subject, email type, HTML or text. Let's do text, and let's put it everywhere, literally everywhere. And okay, so that looks interesting. Now I'm gonna also rename it from Gmail to Gmail send, and we have to update the system prompt of our AI agent, giving it information of this new tool. So I'm gonna say you also have access to Gmail send tool, which allows you to write emails and send them to anyone. Okay, let's see if this is enough. Actually, I'm curious if that's enough. Let's click on save now that we've added a new tool, and I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna click on test workflow. For the email, since I need it to be exactly, I wanna do a test. I'm gonna do a text message. That way I know the email address is exactly correct. So I'm gonna say, send a friendly lunch invitation to david@davidondrej.com. I think that could be enough. So let's do send. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna wait on my phone. I have it loaded up here. Send email, and we have an error. Okay, I see the error right here. Invalid something, invalid. Okay, boom. No, actually, let's see. I have it on my phone right here. Well, let's see what happened. Telegram. I apologize, but I'm experiencing technical difficulties. Gmail send off. It seems to be issue how the email parameters need to be formatted. Okay, so let's see what the error is exactly. Invalid email address. Okay, let's double click this. What is the issue? Placeholder name to subject. All right, so maybe this is a good place to actually use the N8N assistant. So ask assistant, analyzing the error. Let's see. The error you encountered, blah, 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 is not resolving while email. To resolve the issue, ensure that the expression used in the to is previous node name, that item. Okay, so the issue here is actually quite fundamental. So pay attention. The mistake I made is that I put from AI placeholder name into all of them. And we have to change that. We have to give it a clear description, what should be in this, right? So in here, I'm gonna say to, I'm gonna give it a description. I'm gonna say raw email address of the recipient. And this is actually an instruction for the AI. So now it doesn't work because we have the incorrect parameters. On the next test run, this should work. So, okay, so we fixed the to, now we need to fix the subject in the same manner. So delete everything in the parentheses here. We just need to do what it did here, but we need to give it a description. So subject, this is gonna be a clear and concise subject line, okay? And then for the message, let's click on body. So actually, the AI already knew how to do this. We just didn't format it properly. Okay, so for the body, I'm gonna say the body of the email itself and end it with a quotation mark. Okay, so now if we click out and save, delete this test and let's test it again. Test workflow, switch on Telegram. I'm gonna copy same exact email. Send a friendly large email to David and Ondrej. Boom, Anthropic. It should choose to send the email right here. Boom, correct. Okay, let me check my phone. Okay, boom, there it is. New AI society. Okay, so the body is, all right, so it did send the email. However, we have an issue. The subject is not parsed. So it sends the whole thing, right? All right. So we need to look into what happened here. Oh, I need to switch it to expression. That's my bad. Let's rerun this again. Save. Test workflow. Let's do a different one. Let's do send a party invite to my good friend David Ondrej at davidondrej.com. Boom. Let's check the phone. Still writing. Oh, there it is. Party invitation. Now it's correct. Oh, guys, can you guys see this? This is beautiful. Party invitation. Let's make it legendary. But man, now it wrote the email and formatted it correctly. So now let's give it more powers. Let's give it Google Calendar as well. Okay, so let's click on tool again, plus do calendar, Google Calendar tool. And in here, let's start by having it read events. Okay, so if we go into Google Calendar, I don't have anything in here, but let's see. Let's maybe try, I'm gonna do like a dinner here. I'm gonna do dinner with my YouTube subscribers. If you wanna be invited to this non-existent event, make sure to subscribe. Okay, so let's save that. Now, if we give it the ability to read, so operation is going to be able to get many, and then from list select calendar. Oh, okay, so as you can see, we did not add the credential. I made the same mistake. First time, we should always start by selecting the credential. So let's click on that, create a new credential, sign in with Google, account connected. And now inside of here, we should be able to select new AI Society. So this is my main calendar for this account. Maybe we can do like after and then select date and time. Could be like start of this month or whatever, something like that. Yeah, the expression should be like this. Let's see if that's good. You know, maybe you don't want to load super old events. Okay, so this looks correct. And I mean, the easiest way to test that is just to test that, right? So I'm going to delete this, and actually let's update our AI agent. We need to tell it that it also has the access to calendar. So let's put that here. You can also access the, what's it named? Google Calendar. I should probably rename it actually. Okay, Google Calendar, get many. Calendar read. It's probably easier to name it calendar read tool than get many. So let's put it here. You can also access the calendar read tool, which lets you see all of the events on the user's Google Calendar. All right, so let's save that and let's test this workflow. I'm gonna say, do I have any calendar events for today? If so, what are they? Okay, let's see. So we're going AI agent. Hopefully it calls the calendar read. Oh, it did. Boom. Okay, that's green. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back in Telegram. Boom, there it is. Dinner with my YouTube subscribers. From 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Dubai time. Let's check that, and it's correct. So now it can access our calendar, which is amazing. But what's even better is if it can create events. So let's give it that right now. Calendar, Google Calendar tool, instead of, operation on create, beautiful. Select calendar, the main one. And then the start, okay, so this should be AI. Again, we have to make sure that this is filled with AI. And we have to do the same thing as we did before. So let's copy this, boom, and paste it in here. And we have to instruct it, right? So let's switch to expression and delete the stuff inside of the brackets, parentheses. And since this is the start date, we need to instruct it how to format it, right? So we're gonna do quote, start quote, comma, and then a clear description. This is basically description for the AI. So it should be date and time when the event should start, okay? And let's copy this expression and paste it into the end. Boom, and instead of start, obviously it's gonna be end. And when the event should end. Beautiful. And inside of additional fields, I'm going to add summary. And in here, let's switch on expression as well. We need to do the title of the event. So title, change that to title. And the description, change it the title of the event. Calendar, create, okay, looks good. And again, let's click on save. And the best way to test it is to test it. So let's, okay, we tried speaking. I want to say, create, actually, you know what? Let's do something else. Let's try to create an event in the past. So I'm going to say, create a 15-minute event starting today at 5 p.m. Or maybe I could say, track the last 15 minutes in Google Calendar by adding a new event named recording for YouTube. Let's see if it can do this. Oh, actually, I didn't do test workflow, but whatever. Let's click that. All right, so successfully create event. Boom, there it is. Let's see the response. I've added the event. Let's click on Google Calendar, refresh. And it's not here. Why not? Oh, it might not have knowledge of today. Okay, wait. What do we name it? Recording for YouTube. Oh, it put it January 2024. Oh my God, okay. So that's crazy. January, wow, it's last year. So the issue is that, okay, so the issue is actually in the AI agent. It doesn't really have knowledge of what the date is. So let's click on the AI agent. We have to update that. It should have it in the now. Why doesn't it know it? Maybe we should actually repeat this. Let's copy this. I'm gonna put it in here. Google Calendar. Actually, oh, we didn't put in the calendar create. Okay, that's one bad. Let's put it in here. I'm gonna rename this to calendar create. Calendar create. Let's scroll down to the system prompt and let's update the knowledge of that. So yeah, I'm gonna say use the calendar create event to add any new events into the user's Google Calendar. Important, here is today's actual date. Then if we click on expression, we should see date time 2025. Okay, maybe we can put more after this. Make sure to set the start and end times accordingly. Okay? So save that and delete it, and let's try again. Test workflow. Create a new event in my calendar for the last 15 minutes saying that I'm uploading a video to my YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. Boom, please call the create event. Error. Okay, let's click on that. Bad request, please check your parameters. Double click. What is the issue? It says workflow successful, but it didn't succeed on the first try and it didn't succeed now. Oh, okay. So yeah, it tried to just do now. That's an issue. I should probably tell it. Yeah, okay. Wait, did it create the event or no? Okay, it's creating January 2020. Why? January 9, 2024. We are somehow not giving it today's date. Date and time. 2025, the year 2025 just started. So make sure you are deeply aware of today's due date. Now, do not use any other dates as today. This is the official date of today. Okay, so hopefully that is clear enough. We have to convince the assistant that it's 2025 because its knowledge cutoff is in the past. So let's save that and let's try again. Okay, so I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna do it, actually, I'm gonna name it building in 8 and end. Okay, let's do that and let's do test workflow. Boom. Oh, actually, one more thing I should have specified. Yeah, okay, so now it might work. Wait, let's go back to today. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's very specific. 516 to 531, that's really good. Okay, that's really good. One more thing I should have done though is inside of the AI agent, I should have specified the format. Because in here, I need to specify this type format. Okay, so maybe actually we can use ChatGPT. Take this date and give me the general date and time format this is written in. Answer in short. And then I can specify that furthermore in the system prompt for, oh my God. I meant like, yeah, I can specify that in the system prompt so that it knows it exactly, okay? Actually, we can copy this message right here and include that in our AI agent. So let's pop that out. And in here is today's actual date. Make sure to set the start accordingly in this format, okay? I'm gonna paste this in. Delete this, it's redundant. Year, month, room, okay. Year, month, day, T, second time offset. Okay, maybe that actually is not needed, to be honest. Anyways, let's save, delete, and I'm gonna create a new event in my calendar for today from 6:30 p.m. lasting 45 minutes, and it should be reading. Okay, let's see if we can do that. There's the workflow. Okay, the AI agent chose the right tool. Okay, it basically always does that. And let's see. Okay, the tool executed successfully, so let's hope this is correct. Reading. Oh, this is not 45 minutes though. The end time is correct. Okay, maybe I confused it actually. Maybe the issue is in here. Start. Why is the start? Did I mess this up? Anyways, let's save that. Delete. Test workflow. Okay, event was created. Let's see. Oh, okay, there it is. It works. It works. Is it? Yes. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, that was my issue. I set up the calendar wrong, and that's why you need to do a ton of testing. See, the secret of building with N8N is testing at every step. You literally should test. Like, no matter any time you change, do a test. And it's the same in programming, to be honest, but yeah, like in here, it's super clear. You need to test every tool you add. You need to test any prompt change because you never know what happens, right? And especially the more complex your AI agents and automations become, the more testing you have to do. So now our AI agent is actually quite powerful. It can read all of our unread messages. It can send a response to them, for example. It can read the calendar, like get our events for today or for other days, and it can create calendar events. Now, again, if you want to add more tools, just click on the plus icon next to tool, and literally it's almost endless. Like they have so many things, right? So you can like do calculator, you can do Airtable, you can even call other N8N workflows. That's where it gets real crazy. You can literally have custom workflows for anything and then just add them as tools to your AI agent. You can do like, let's say, you want to add Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Sheets. Let's say SERP API is Google Search. So for example, if you use Claude, you can give it Google Search, and suddenly you have Claude with Web Search, which is even more powerful than Claude AI. You can do anything. Slack, like let's just look at the opportunities, right? Hacker News, Jira, Microsoft Outlook, MongoDB, even databases. Like, do they have Supabase? They even have Supabase. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. Okay, I could actually integrate this into Vectel in some way. Now we're talking. As you can see, N8N is really the most advanced AI agent out there. Now, actually, let me show you what to do once you're ready. So once you're happy with it, it's like, okay, I'm finished building, I'm finished testing. Click on save, as always, and then flip it to active. Okay, so workflow activated, don't show again, got it. And now it's active, so we can actually delete this test, doesn't matter. And if we go into Telegram, it will work every time. So let me do it from my phone so you guys can see it truly works. Open up the Google AI agent right here. Quickly summarize what unread emails are in my inbox. Okay, so let's say you're busy, you don't have time, so like, let's see if there's anything important. Boom, there it is. You can see it on the screen. You can see it on the computer better, but this is the response. So it took like, what, 4 or 5 seconds, and we have the summary of the 3 unread emails we have in here. So that's just one automation, and that can save you hours per year, or even per month. Like, see, the beauty about these automations and AI agents, you build them once and they work forever. And if you are considering like, should I use Zapier, should I use Make.com, should I use N8N? The worst thing about N8N is the name. Other than that, it's great. Like the product is amazing, the AI agent is insanely powerful, and this is honestly the easiest way to build AI agents for yourself. You can do this with zero coding experience. As you can see, we didn't write any code in this video. And you can still build very powerful AI agents that you can use from WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Messenger, Google Sheets, Gmail, anywhere. Like, you can integrate them anywhere. They have literally thousands of possible triggers inside of N8N. So really, the ball is in your corner. There's no more excuses. There is an amazing tool that doesn't require any coding, that's visual, that's easy to use, that's very powerful, that allows you to build AI agents. If you don't use this, if you don't build AI agents, and in 2 years like, oh my God, David, I'm behind, AI has changed the world, it's up to you. You now have all you need to know to start building AI agents, start automating your tasks. If you have, let's say you have a job, right? Show this to your manager, show this, go as high as you can in the company leadership, go to the leadership levels and show this to them and say like, look, we can use this to automate. Just, let me do something, let me automate some part of our workflow. If it works, I would be happy to discuss a potential raise. Most leaders, most CEOs will be more than happy to do that. If you can automate something that's costing the company hundreds of human hours per month with an automation that's predictable and does the job just as well, if not better, that's one of the best ways, fastest ways to get a raise. Of course, you can build these automations for clients. I mean, there's so many options, but where you should start is build them for yourself. So whatever you need, you can build it with N8N. And honestly, I think I'll make more videos on N8N. That being said, hopefully you found the video valuable. If you did, make sure to subscribe. And more importantly, go to Vectel.ai. Currently, I'm hiring for a developer. And what that means for you, people who are using, my Vectel customers, is that the tool is about to get a lot better. Even though now I've been adding features and improvements like every few days, now it's going to be basically every day. Once I have a full-time developer, Man, Vectel is gonna become a real software, a real contender to Todoist and Notion very quickly. So if you want to be one of the first people using Vectel, make sure to sign up now. And if you don't, then well, you'll sign up in the future anyway, because the tool is only gonna get better. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I wish you a wonderful, productive week. See ya.